Imagine returning home after a family function to find the front door forced open. The wardrobes have been ransacked. Jewelry worth hundreds of thousands of rupees has vanished. Cash kept aside for a house purchase is gone. Every room bears the unmistakable signs of a burglary. The next step should be straightforward. Preserve the scene, make a list of the missing valuables, and report the crime at the nearest police station so that an investigation can begin immediately. But if this happened in India, another question often takes priority.
Is there anyone who knows someone at that police station?
Or, more importantly,
Whose Pehchan can I use?
the phone calls begin. A relative knows a local counselor. A friend knows a police officer. Someone knows a retired official who can speak to the Thana in charge. Only then do you feel confident enough to walk into the police station, believing your complaint will receive prompt attention. Notice how revealing that is. The robbery isn't the only source of anxiety. There is also uncertainty about whether the system itself will respond with the urgency the situation demands. The burglars may still never be caught, but the contact provides something else: the confidence that the complaint will be taken seriously. This is the story of almost every institution in a low-trust society. In a high-trust society, people expect institutions to function regardless of who walks through the door. They may complain about delays or mistakes, but they generally believe the same rules apply to everyone. In a low-trust society, the outcomes often depend on whether the right person makes the right phone call. That person has a name in India: a Pehchan. Literally, the word means recognition or acquaintance. In everyday life, it means something far more valuable. Knowing someone who can open doors, make a phone call, or move a process forward when the official system appears uncertain. The same pattern repeats across everyday life. Looking for a job. A reference or a Pehchan is the strongest advantage. Seeking admission to a good school? Parents begin searching their network long before they submit an application. Applying for a passport, registering a piece of land, obtaining a driving license, securing a building permit, transferring the ownership of a property. In almost every case, the official procedure is publicly available. The rules are written down. Many of these services have moved online. Yet outside countless government offices, another institution quietly flourishes: the agent, the broker, the consultant. If the official process is truly transparent and predictable, why does an entire industry exist to get the work done? People aren't paying for someone to fill out forms. They're paying for certainty. That is the hidden cost of a low-trust society. When people lose confidence that the official process will produce a timely and predictable outcome, they stop relying solely on the institution. The same instinct became visible during COVID. As hospitals came under immense pressure, the Indian social media became something else entirely: a nationwide search for Pehchan.
Can someone arrange an ICU bed?
Urgently looking for 4 oxygen cylinders for my father. Any lead would be deeply appreciated.
Can anyone verify if this remdesivir supplier is genuine?
The desperate search wasn't just for oxygen or a hospital bed. It was for the person who could make it happen. It would be easy to assume this pattern ends with government offices and public institutions. It doesn't. It extends into one of the most personal decisions people ever make: marriage. In many Western societies, it isn't unusual for two people to meet through everyday life: a coffee shop, a university campus, a workplace, a library, a party, or even on a train. They get to know each other, fall in love, and eventually decide to marry. In India, the journey often begins very differently. Imagine a 24-year-old woman whose family has begun searching for a suitable groom through the traditional arranged marriage process. On paper, there are thousands of eligible men. But before education, profession, or income are evaluated, another question often comes first. Who knows this family? Is there a Pehchan? The search rarely begins with strangers. It begins with a relative, a family friend, a trusted member of the community, someone who can say, "I know this family." Only after a few candidates are shortlisted does another process begin. Verification. What is his reputation? Is his job genuine? Does the family have a good standing in the community? In many cases, families go a step further. Professional agencies are hired to investigate not only the prospective groom, but also his parents, siblings, and extended family. Employment records, financial standing, social reputation, and even neighborhood opinions may all become part of the assessment. Even one of life's most personal decisions begins not with trust, but with verification. And verification comes through networks, reputation, and Pehchan. By now, the pattern should be impossible to miss. In a low-trust society, people place their trust in relationships, not rules. In people, not systems. Perhaps that's why one of the most recognizable lines in Indian popular culture is heard during arguments and road rage incidents. "Do you know who my father is?" The statement isn't really about a father. It's a claim of influence, a warning that personal connections may matter more than the rules themselves. Every society ultimately faces the same choice. Build institutions that people can trust, or build lives around finding the right Pehchan. The answer determines not only how efficiently a country functions, but how confidently its citizens live. This is Whispering People. If you enjoy thoughtful documentaries that uncover the deeper forces shaping society, consider subscribing. There's much more beneath the surface, and we'll continue exploring it together.